Charlie, 50th test, Lions decider on your own track in your last game, on your home track. It's pretty big.
Yeah, pretty exciting times. Everyone's pretty excited about this game this weekend. But yeah, it's pretty special. And touch wood, I get to get out there Saturday and get to play in front of a full house at Eden Park. We've played a lot of games, and will be a good little send-off for us.
Has there been an edge to things this week, more than normal?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of edge. I think obviously what's on the line come Saturday, but yeah, I can't really say there's a whole lot more than usual. Yes.
Charlie, what are some of your favourite memories at Eden Park in your career?
Yeah, I've obviously played probably a few of you with the Blues. Some of this team, you know, a lot of times, you know, obviously my family's based here, and you see all your family come to the games, you see them afterwards. You know, being able to play in front of them in a black jersey, some good moments there.
Charlie, do you think you'll, obviously not appropriate leading up to the game, but afterwards maybe you have a chance to kind of soak it all in and get a little bit emotional, especially around the All Blacks and what it's meant to you, and if this is possibly your last game for them?
Yeah, man, I remember when the Blues had their last game there, and walking off the field that time, you know, just kind of soaking it in as I walked off, and knowing it was the last time I was going to get that Blues jersey. And I guess it'll probably be the same coming off the field with the All Blacks. Mate, I just want to enjoy with the boys and yeah, hopefully go on a good note.
Without giving it away, the game plan for the weekend, has the focus changed a little bit in terms of the focus areas, Sam and Charlie, for Saturday?
Pretty hard to comment on it, like you say, without giving it away. Like you can have little game plans and stuff around games, but like the basics of footy doesn't change, so you know, we know that we need to be really good up front. You know, we believe as forwards that rugby is pretty much determined around the contact area, so if we can dominate more collisions than them, that'll go a long way to it.
Our second question is, what's it like playing on home soil with a vocal support favouring the opposition?
You reckon it's favouring them?
Well, Lions fans were pretty vocal at Westpac last week.
Yeah, they're probably a little bit louder than the typical Kiwi supporter, so I don't know, it's just the Kiwis' nature, isn't it? They'll sit there and observe, but they'll be pretty keen on us winning, I'm sure about that, as we are.
Would you appreciate a bit more vocal support this weekend from the crowd?
Yeah, it'd be good to hear the All Black fans can't find their voices, There's a game to find them. I think this will be a good one for it.
Sam, Steve gave us a nice little, I guess, theory about the stakes. He said it's not life or death. He said other people deal with that. It's just a game of rugby. Just what's the players' mindset around, I guess, the high pressure stakes and everything like that? Do you try and kind of downplay it like that a little bit?
Well, like you can get pretty caught up in it, and you know we do spend a lot of our life investing in rugby, and a lot of it comes down to results, whether you're happy or not. So you know, it is a good reminder that it isn't life or death, and whatever happens, the sun will come up the next day, and your loved ones will still love you. But at the same time, we're pretty driven. We're very driven to get the result we want this weekend.
To that extent, was there kind of, like last week, I know your circumstances dictated, I guess you played a kind of certain style of game, but you didn't, was there frustration and I guess determination not to repeat that you didn't quite fire enough shots last week?
Yeah, we know we've got more in us in terms of our attacking game. It's just about us, I suppose, seeing some of those opportunities, communicating them and getting the ball to do the work and getting the ball and the man in space when those opportunities arise. So hopefully all goes well, we get the job done up front and get some quick ball, then there'll be a few more of those chances for the boys out wide.
On the attacking front, how much of it is against the Lions not becoming frustrated by the style they play against you at the ruck in the defensive line?
Yeah, like that's the mental side of footy, isn't it? Yeah, expecting an arm wrestle, I suppose. So if if you think it's going to come easy, then yeah, maybe you will get frustrated. If we're prepared that we're going to have to battle it out for 60, 70, 79 minutes before we finally crack them, if we go in with that sort of expectation, then when we finally do, or if we're not, we won't get that frustrated type of feel. So yeah, there's a big emotion, big psychological side to rugby, and that's just one of the, I suppose, feelings and things that you need to control during a game, the frustration side of it.
Sam, how do you feel the breakdown battle has evolved over the course of the 2 tests, and what are you kind of expecting this weekend?
It's been pretty fierce, I think. Obviously, the Lions had, I suppose, 2 specialists, almost 2 open sides of sorts last weekend, but I think they obviously thought it worked quite well because they're going with it again. That's good for us. We just need to be a little bit better with our ball carriers, getting over the game a little bit quicker. It nullifies our loose forward's chance to get on the ball. But yeah, it's been pretty evenly matched battle. It'll be another key one this weekend.
It's unusual to go against. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it. Okay.
It's unusual to go against the same player 3 Saturdays in a row. What do you think of Sean O'Brien as a player?
Yeah, I suppose there's not too many times you play the same Washington 3 times in a row. Standing out of the time will probably be our June series when the team comes over. So, Sean's a pretty impressive player, that's for sure. We had a bit of a chat after the game on Saturday. Yeah, he's an awesome bloke, but the way he goes about his work is pretty impressive. He's very competitive. He's gets through a heck of a lot, and he's a physical player, so he's been massive for them this tour, I think, as he will this weekend.
Are you going to trade his shirt at the end of this tour, and is he going to trade yours? Have you been exchanging jerseys so far?
No, we both kept our first one, and then we swapped on the weekend, so we don't really plan it, we'll just see how we go.
What did you talk about?
It's personal, Yeah, it's pretty personal. No, just general chit chat. Couple yarns.
How do you see this talk about how, since the World Cup we lost a lot of experience, that Dane and Ben aren't here? Do you think that
Sorry, say that again, mate?
I was just asking Sam, since the World Cup we've lost a lot of experience, there's a couple of players, senior players that are out injured. Going into such a big game, are you confident in the leaders that you have on the pitch and the experience that's there?
Yeah, like you can look at some of the leaders we lost in 2015, but geez, we're a year and a half on from there, so some of the guys that played in that World Cup are a lot better leaders themselves now than they were then, so they've had time to step up and fill those roles, and I think the leadership groups tick along pretty nicely. There's still heaps of room for growth and improvement, but we've got some key guys who are leading really well, not just with their voice and instructions, but with the way they're playing, most importantly.
You've played with most of the Centurions, you guys. How does Kieran differ?
Yeah, I guess everyone's pretty unique in the way they do things, but I guess Rieko, he's just been, just the way he performs, the way he demands from his players in and around training. I think that's been good to play with, I guess, and to play alongside. I really appreciate how done this weekend.
Sam?
Yeah, he's come back and he's been very demanding of the squad, which is good. And, it's clear that we know it means a lot, but it means a heck of a lot to him because he's trying to get the best out of everyone in the squad, and he's someone who, although he leads in his own manner, he also allows other players to step up and lead as well. Although the butt stops with him, it's someone who I enjoy following and being under.
Charlie, as a team, you were frustrated by that last penalty last week. Can you just talk us through it from your perspective, what you saw coming up?
Oh, mate. Yeah, I just saw someone coming towards me, mate, and obviously, I was pretty committed to the tackle, and I just kind of went through with it. He jumped, and I don't know if there was anything else I could have done to not get that penalty, but that is what it is.
Was it pretty tough to take because of that? You didn't feel anything you could do about it?
Yeah, mate, the ref made his call, I tried to plead my case to him, but still got the penalty, so work on the tackle technique later on today.
Sam, along those lines though,
Mark will wrap up after
yeah,
mate.
along those lines, did you get a reminder last week about the importance for all the physicality and intensity and all that exists in this game? There has to be discipline, and there's a kind of a line, because let's face it, that what happened to Sonny kind of changed the game. Was that a reminder to all you guys that there's a line you can't really cross?
Oh, mate, as a player, you never go out there trying to give away penalties. Often, if the team that gives away the least, goes a long way in getting a win, particularly against a side that good goal kickers and good set piece that kicks the corners. So, it's as relevant as ever, really, discipline. And small things can be costly, but that's the nature of the game, mate. High stakes and small margins. So. It is what it is, and it's our job to adjust and make the best decisions we can in the shortest amount of time, really.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Bigger opportunity do you see this weekend as, given you missed out on the first 2 tests?
I think it's massive, but I'm just excited to do what I love doing and just play rugby and do what I can for the team this week. So,
Do you feel you need to change anything about your game heading into this weekend?
I don't think so. I think just do what I need to do for the team, as I said, do my role and trust everyone that they will do theirs, and hopefully things will run smoothly.
Did you feel as though that was the case when the Hurricanes played the Lions? Did you feel that you were able to play your part inside that team collective?
Yeah, I think so. And the more we can just, I guess, do our bit in our structure and in our team, I think things will open up and be more clear, I guess, on the field. We don't want to change too much, and we just need to trust in each other and trust in our abilities and trust what we prepared for the week.
Aaron, how special is it to play 50, not only play 50, but in such a game of this magnitude?
Yeah, look, it's very exciting, obviously, the challenge in front of us. It doesn't get much bigger, I suppose, bar probably a World Cup or a World Cup final. So, yeah, to play my 50th this week is going to be pretty exciting. But I guess for me, the sport of rugby hasn't been about individual accolades. It's been about always trying to contribute to a team performance. And if I get the opportunity off the bench this weekend, I'm going to make the most of that opportunity and just enjoy every moment that I get and bask in what's going to be a fantastic atmosphere there at Eden Park this Saturday.
Is this the last test you're available for? Or?
Yeah, at this stage. So I guess for me, this series has been about just trying to embrace it and enjoy all the special moments that you get throughout the series. And the reality is after this, I'll head back to the Chiefs and then sort of head away to France. But I've got a lot of work to do this week first and foremost to make sure that hopefully we get the job done on Saturday.
Julian, can you tell us about your try scoring record? We all know that you've got all these 46 tries and 53 tests. What do you put that down to?
I think I just put it down to, I guess, the boys beside me. All I have to do is put the ball down. Without the work of the forwards and the skill sets of our backs, that's basically how I see it. So.
Are you aware that if you get a couple on the weekend, you'll be pushing up to the top of the charts for the All Black?
I suppose that's probably not in my mind at the moment. It's just doing my role for the team. Anyone scores tries, it's a bonus. So.
Julian, with your record, were you disappointed that it's taken until the third test to actually get an involvement in the series anyway?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed, but definitely hurt. And you can sulk for half a day or something like that, but you need to switch your head around and do what's best for the team. And in my case, it was help the boys prepare for those 2 weeks. So hopefully I did that job well, and I'm excited for this opportunity this weekend.
Do you see your role this weekend as maybe some kind of, almost like a senior pro kind of role with so many young guys in the line?
I suppose, but as you said, there are young guys in the team, but we trust in one another and trust in the abilities of each other, and that's all we can do, and believe that we do our preparation well this week and come up with the job done on the weekend.
Aaron, you've been involved in a few quite special moments at Eden Park.
is there anything that stands out for you in your time playing at that venue as you look back on your current time in the All Black jersey?
Oh look, yeah, Eden Park's been a bit of a fortress for the All Blacks for a number of years now, but I suppose for me being involved in the World Cup back in 2011 was, you know, a look back and a real highlight of my career. But you know, this weekend certainly is going to be right up there, and I guess the anticipation from you know, the public, the fans, the media, and also us as a playing group. You know, we just can't wait for the opportunity to get back out there and you know, mix it with a pretty good Lions side, and sort of after 80 minutes, the best team will come out on top.
Julian obviously isn't overly keen to talk about the record, and I can appreciate that. Do you think it would actually probably mean more to you guys if you can get him up to that record?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look, he was very modest in his response before, just saying it was the guys inside him, but he forgot to mention he's often bumping off 2 or 3 people to put the ball down over the try line. So yeah, as I said earlier, I think the great thing about this team is that it often isn't about individual accolades, but I suppose sport can bring up some pretty special moments, and breaking records is certainly one of them. And if the team are able to help the big man beside me, you know, take off another record and become the highest try scorer in All Blacks history, then you know, that's something pretty exciting that's ahead of us too.
Can you talk to us about Kieran Reid and what his captaincy, the different style of captaincy that he's brought to this All Black group?
Yeah, sure. Look, he obviously had big shoes to fill with the previous skipper. He was previous captain was a pretty good one. So the one thing that I think all the boys really admire about Rito is that he's made that role his own. He hasn't tried to be anyone else. He knows exactly who he is and what he stands for, and you know, you can see that in the way that he plays, and the way that he sort of conducts himself around the environment. And I guess from a leader, that's exactly what you want. You want a guy that you know is going to put his body on the line week in and week out and uplift the standards that are needed to do so. So for us to have a leader like that, you know, it's pretty special, and we obviously know what's coming up for him this weekend too.
Julian, is Kieran one of the few forwards that's allowed to loop out wide as a right with you guys?
Yeah. I mean, Kieran's usually up there with me as well sometimes. You know, although he can be really physical, he's got a lot of good skill sets in his catch and pass, which is good for us. And you know, I'm happy to be alongside that. And most of those passes you know, lead to try scoring, so it's good.
Aaron, in your time, you've played in some big tests, World Cup finals, and all that. You inevitably come out on the right side of them. What about these big occasions bring the best out of the All Black in your mind?
Oh yeah, good question. I just think the excitement of it, you know, for us, we like to try and stick to our processes, and if we're able to do that, you know, through crucial moments and crucial games, generally, you know, that has good results for us. But you know, we look back at last weekend, and probably in those crucial moments we weren't as clinical or as polished as we normally are, so that's certainly been at the forefront of our mind this week, heading into the decider this weekend. So yeah, for us it's about understanding what our roles are as individuals, and then collectively as a group combining that to make sure we're ready for the occasion and ready for whatever comes our way.
Aaron, how important is goal kicking leading into the third test with a decider like this?
Yeah, it's important. I think it's always important. So yeah, I guess, you know, both teams will be hoping to maximise the opportunities. If you know, you're able to build the scoreboard up in threes, that's great. But I suppose one thing we've spoken about is we'd love to go up in sevens this week. We were going up in threes last week, and unfortunately it didn't get us over the line. So you know, hopefully we're able to yeah, throw the ball out to the left wing to this guy over here, and we might get a couple of tries, and you know, we'll see what happens from that.
When you catch a bit of space, is there a kind of switch that flicks in your mind, because you're quite a calm guy off the field, but obviously, as Aaron was saying, you smash a few guys off and score a few tries. There's something mentally that flicks and says, right, this is my time now.
I guess, I mean, it's just our instincts just kick in. You know, wherever our opposition is, they basically tell us where the space is, so you just sort of read what they're doing, and then you just react. So that's about it.
There were some reports out this morning about an altercation at training. Can you shed any light on that?
Between us?
That would have been one-sided.
Not
We're
between
roommates.
you two. Just at training in general.
No, I can't remember. Sorry.
Julian,
We'll
is
wrap
it,
it up after you said, thank you.
you played a lot with the Barretts. What's unique about Geordie?
First thing is that I have to look up to him to talk to him. So he's quite tall, but I think just playing with him this year and his ability just I guess see the game and just do what he does. He's a good offloader. He's good in the air, and he's just got a lot of flair in him. You know, he takes the space, gets through the gap, and is able to offload and do some out of the stuff that we haven't seen in a long time, or you don't really usually see in the game. And I think that's he's just got to trust in that. You know, that's why he's in the team and trusting in his abilities.
Is it like playing with 20s sometimes?
Yeah, a little bit actually. I mean, you hear him speak, and if I don't see who's speaking, I'd probably think it's Bowden. So they're definitely quite alike. Probably Bowden's a bit faster. But he's definitely the boss, Bowden.
Scott got a bit more bass in his voice, is that what you're saying?
Pardon?
Scott got a bit more bass in his voice, is
Yeah,
that what you're
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, basically.
Thanks everyone, we'll wrap up there. We've got Seneca and Charlie coming in and then we're Charlie.